Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be pretty different from what I normally do in that it's gonna be kind of a rant video. Kind of. So I mean, if you like rant videos, stick around. It's gonna be pretty interesting. I don't know exactly where direction I'm going, but we're gonna get there eventually. Okay, so first off, when this video goes up, it'll have been a week since Snapchat updated for me. Okay. And for the lucky few of you who don't know what that means, who either if you don't have a Snapchat or if by some miracle your phone hasn't updated yet, let me explain it to you. Instead of making it more easily accessible, which is what an upgrade is supposed to do with social media apps, it made it more confusing and hard to figure out where your friends' stories are because they put them all on the Discover page, which used to be a separate page that showed ads, things from like magazines like Vogue would have a story or something, but now they're all together like this. I will show you. Okay, see, this is the Discover page. It has all of the stories. It has like, okay, people I follow, like Manny Emiway or Pointless Blog or Lester Lux or Desi Perkins, and then there's just ads. And then maybe another person I follow, and more ads, and maybe another person I follow, but more ads and more stories of things that I don't want. And then there's also stories from people I don't follow. Like, who is Celicia Rose? I don't know who that is. Why am I seeing Kim Zolciak Berman? I don't know who that is. Why is their story coming up on my thing? Like James Charles, I don't follow him. Laura Lee, I don't follow her. That Taylor Snaps, I don't follow these people. But for some reason, Snapchat decided that even though I'm not following them, I must want to see their snaps. So they gave them to me on the Discover page. And obviously, I am not the only one having this issue. Hundreds of thousands of people have had this update, and the general consensus is that it sucks, and it does. I have noticed a growing trend in social media as of late, which is that social media is trying very hard to not be social. Like, okay, I remember when Facebook did non-chronological posts back probably 8 years ago. It was a while ago, but Facebook changed its algorithm from chronological to popular. Your news feed was now popular instead of chronological timeline. I didn't like it then, even though I was a wee one. I didn't like it then. I was like 12 or something. I hated it. I still hate it because I can't, for the life of me, this is probably just my own personal problem, but I can't figure out how to put it on recent. And even if I do, I just see the same posts over and over again. Like, I can be on Facebook now, and then I'll come back, see this post, it's like, they're talking about, we all need that one friend, whatever. But I can come back to this in 4 hours from now, and that post will still be in like the top 5, whether or not I interacted with it or not. Like, I didn't like the post, it'll just be there. So, I don't know, Facebook's algorithm has been messed up for a while. I don't understand why people think we want to see, I don't know. I don't understand any company ever who thinks that we would rather see things ranked by popularity than by chronological order. I will never understand it. Ever. Like, I think even, I'm on Tumblr, I think even Tumblr has been rolling out very slowly, hey, maybe you'll like this post. It's like, no. I don't follow them. I don't want to see them. Okay? That's what the Discover tab is for on things. It's like, you want to find people. This is the platform for you to find them. Not your already catered feed shouldn't be the place you have to discover people. Which leads me to Instagram. Instagram's algorithm has been messed up for years now. And for such a long time. It used to be fine, and then people, there was the whole post notifications, make sure you hit post notifications so you get notified when I post something. And there was like a scare, and it was like, oh no, I should follow everyone now because they're going to change it, and then they didn't. And then a couple of months later they did, they rolled it out, they went whoosh, here you go, and now nothing's in chronological order. And I've been kind of dealing with that with Instagram. I mean, I don't really use post notifications. Like, I'll get the notification, hey, this person posted, and I'll be like, okay, cool. I don't go click to their post, so I should probably just stop. Should turn off post notifications. But Instagram makes it easy to search and locate people you want to look for. They have a search bar. It's not complicated on Instagram. Like, oh, I haven't seen a post from my friend in a while. I'm gonna go quickly search her name and then see, oh, she's posted something I haven't seen. I'm gonna go like it. While Instagram's algorithm is infuriating, so infuriating, it is easier to navigate than Snapchat's new algorithm, which is the actual worst. The actual worst. Okay. So besides me just like ranting about how awful this is, I feel like it's something kind of scary, because now, like, a lot of people are talking about like, maybe you'll be talking about like Doritos, and then within an hour you'll see an ad about Doritos on Facebook or on Instagram. And, well, that's nothing new, you know, catering, whatever. It is kind of annoying that you don't get to choose some of this stuff. And like I said, I showed you on Snapchat, I don't get to choose that I see all those things or not. I don't want to see any of them. You know, if I wanted to see a thing about the Olympics, I'll go watch the Olympics, not a Snap story about the Olympics, okay? So, but what I feel like a lot of these companies are doing, it's for ads, it's for money. That's what Instagram does. The only way a business is going to get their things promoted is by paying money. It's the same thing on Facebook. I have like a business page on both of those. Technically it's just my nails page. I have a nails page on Facebook and on Instagram. And I've never tested it out because I don't want to pay money to have people see my posts. But I don't get a lot of exposure. Even if I share a post I make directly onto my timeline, I don't get a lot of exposure. I don't get a lot of people seeing my things. Like, I have a Facebook page for this YouTube channel. I leave it, you know, linked, whatever. I have a Facebook page for this YouTube channel, and I always post my YouTube videos on Facebook, and then I will share it on my personal timeline. So it's on both my page and my personal page. But I don't get any traction. And it shows you, when you have a page or a business, it'll tell you how many people this has reached. Yesterday, 4 hours after I had made my video and posted it just on my channel's page, not on my personal timeline because I forgot, but I put on my channel's page, and it had only reached one person according to my, you know, the statistics that they give you. And I was like, how is that possible? How is that humanly possible when there is a couple, you know, I don't have like hundreds of people who like my Facebook page, but there are like over 20, I think like 20 people or something, and that should be reaching those 20 people, you know? Especially because a lot of them are like my age, like my friends who like me on Facebook, who are on Facebook. So how is it not reaching them? How is it only reaching one person? When they like the page, they follow the page, it should be showing up on their timeline, but somehow it doesn't. So it's kind of interesting to see from a like business, you know, YouTuber standpoint, is that these companies are really messing over with businesses, and they tell you, hey, we'll boost your post if you just pay us like $3 or $30 or $10. It's like, why don't you just send my post to the people who follow it? Why would I have to pay you to post something to the people who choose to follow this page? Why is that something I'd have to do? And then going back to Instagram, they also changed something, I think this was more recent, on Instagram's algorithm, where when you post something, they only show it to 10% of your following. And based on the reaction, the interaction that that post gets with the 10% within an allotted period of time, it decides whether or not that post will be shown to the other 90% of people who follow you, which is insane. Which is just ludicrous. It just makes me annoyed, angry. I'm not like the biggest person out there. It makes me mad for other people who have thousands of followers and stuff who need exposure, that their work isn't being shown to 90% of their following if it doesn't get whatever's Instagram's goals are for the first couple hours that it's out on Instagram. Like, that's just wrong, you know? And it's just hard to watch social media apps and stuff become less and less social. It's so hard to just find a simple post. And a lot of times on Instagram, I'll be scrolling for a while, and I will barely see any posts by people that I know in real life. I might see a lot of brands. I have unfollowed a lot of brands for this exact reason, because I don't want to keep seeing their posts over and over and over again. So I've unfollowed a lot of brands for that reason, but it's still very rare that I will see a post from someone that I know in real life who is my friend that I hang out with, that I, enjoy talking to, regardless of how often or not they may post. And it's just insane to me that companies are doing this, for ad revenue, for companies to pay them, because you'll see, I'm sure you have seen, sponsored posts. I'll be like, what is this post? Reese's, look at that. Scrolled like 5 posts down, here's a sponsored Reese's ad on Instagram. It's like, yeah, I like chocolate, okay, cool, whatever. If I wanted to follow the Reese's page, don't you think I would have done that? I've been on Instagram for like, 5-6 years I've been on there. I think if I would have wanted to follow Reese's, I would have done it by now. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like social media apps are becoming very corporation based, not consumer, corporation. They don't actually care about what their consumers think about their updates or their algorithms or whatever. Instagram is constantly being like, we're gonna bring this new thing out. We have Insta stories, we have filters. It's like, okay, all we want is chronological order back. That's all. Or at least a little toggle button that says, would you like chronological order or would you like popular order? And you can be like, I think today I want chronological order. No, they don't even give us that. It's like, I don't understand. I don't, really. Like, what good does it do you as a company if you are losing people who use the app because you are charging money for exposure, or you're charging money by companies so that they'll get their ads pushed at the top so everyone has to see it. If you're losing people who use the app, what good does that do? Like, I know for a fact I'm going to be using Snapchat less because I don't want to navigate it. It's ugly, it sucks, I don't want to use it. I'm going to be using it less, and I know I'm not alone in saying this, because it is just beyond help. The only good thing about Snapchat is that they have a lot more filter options than Insta stories do, and I don't really like Insta stories, I really don't, but I will use them in favor of Snapchat because Snapchat has gone, it's just done, it's just over. It's like hashtag Snapchat is over party, It's just crazy to me. And you want to know what the craziest part about this entire thing is? Okay, so 2 weeks ago I saw people complaining about the update. I said, okay, I don't want that to happen to me. I'm turning auto update off. I had auto update off on my phone on Google Play. I turned it off, and earlier in the day yesterday, other apps were updating. I was watching them, and I was watching that Snapchat did not update. It didn't. It stayed there. It's still there in my list of apps that need updates, and it's off. But somehow, without my permission to do so, and it still is there saying that it needs to be updated, it changed itself to the new layout. It updated without my permission, which is the which to me is the sketchiest and weirdest part of the entire thing, is that the app design developers just said, I don't care if you don't want it, we're gonna give it to you. We're force feeding this to you. It's like, no. That's why I chose to turn auto updates off, because I didn't want this. But they said, no, we did this, we want you to have it, even though it sucks, we're gonna give it to you, and they forced updated the app. I was just doing my own business, fine, you know, scrolling around my phone, and then I happened to click on Snapchat, and I said, this looks different, I don't like it. And I swiped to the left, I guess, technically, and then I saw all this, and I said, that's curious, because I didn't update my phone, I didn't update my Snapchat. So I went into my Google Play Store, went to my apps and games, and checking for updates. Oh look, updates pending, too. A photo app and Snapchat. It says updated 4 weeks ago. Update. I don't know if you can see that. It's over there. I turned it off, and they still snuck the update past. You know, that is just, like I said, it's sketchy, it's shady, and it is not the actions of a company that I want to support. You know, it's not, I don't want to support a company that says it's okay to go behind their consumers' backs and update all of their consumers' apps without permission. Like, it's not even just a, oh, I don't like how it looks, it's ugly, that was a direct violation of what I had set up on my phone. And I'm not okay with that. And like I said, other apps are doing the same thing. I'm the most enraged by this because I had it turned off. I had it turned off and they still did it. Somehow, without me saying, okay, go ahead, they still did it. And if you don't have the Snapchat update, you are lucky, but it'll come eventually because they're force feeding it. It'll come. Whether or not you like it, I don't care. It's the morals, it's the ethnicity behind what they're doing. You know, and their review, their star review on both the Google Play Store and the Apple Store is dramatically decreasing because of the number of people who are unsatisfied with this update. And it's gonna come back to bite them. I hope it does. Like I said, I'm gonna use it less, so I'll still be like, hey, I have a new video, but I know it's not gonna get as much content. It's not gonna get as much viewing because it's so hard to find stories nowadays. It just is. They don't make it easy for you. So, I don't know. This is just a rant I wanted to say, just to kind of, you guys have to be aware of what social media is doing, and I don't know, if I knew how to program, if I knew how to code, I would make my own app. I'd make my own app that was like just how Instagram used to be with chronological order, have all the pluses of Snapchat's filters, and it would be like InstaChat or something stupid, you know? Snapagram, you know? But I don't know how to code. If you know how to code, do it. I'm giving, you know, take my idea, please. Because those are two apps who have completely screwed over their audience, their consumers, their businesses by making them pay more for more exposure, to even show it to 90% of their following is just, like I said, it's shady, it's sketchy. I don't want to support them. That's why I'm gonna not use Snapchat as much as possible anymore. I don't use a lot of Instagram, but like I said, I've dealt with that more. At least they didn't go behind my back and update it when I told them not to, you know. Facebook is just, a lot of people don't use Facebook. I know that for a fact, but you know, that's where all my family members are, so I post my stuff there. Twitter is the only app so far, that has not totally screwed over their consumers and their people. So if you want to contact me, if you like, you know, talk to me, whatever, go there. You won't see stuff from me from Snapchat. I'm on Instagram, but I don't post all the time, obviously. So if you want to interact with me, go to Twitter. You know, just make your life easier. It's gonna make my life easier. But yeah, if you're a consumer, a person who is affected by this, I am sorry. Like I said, I'm not a very big YouTuber, Instagrammer, any one person. It's just infuriating as a consumer to see this. To have like my trust in an app store betrayed by the developers who wanted to force feed an upgrade on their consumers. So anyway, I just wanted to rant about this. I know I'm not the only person feeling like this, but yeah. If you have another alternative, if you know of an app that's similar to Snapchat but works better, let me know. I will be happy to check it out, you know, to get away from it all. But yeah, sorry, it's kind of, I guess it's a totally negative video, but whatever, you know. Some things need to be said to be talked about. And companies need to know that what they're doing is not okay, and that their consumers are not just going to sit back and take whatever they give to them. Because if you're doing your consumers wrong, they're going to come back for you, and I sincerely hope that Snapchat ends up in the gutter within the next couple months because of all of this. There's nothing redeeming that they could do that would make me want to go back to them at this point. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the whole social media fiasco. Do you like popularized content? I understand some people do. It's not my cup of tea. I would much rather see everything in chronological order. Do you like the new Snapchat update? Please tell me why. Honestly, I just don't see it. But if you do, I'm willing to hear, obviously, your side. But yeah, I'm just gonna go now. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like this video, comment. Let me know if you want to see other kinds of like just talk videos like this where I talk about stuff that's happening. And yeah, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.